Hey guys, it's Katelyn, and I have a quick message for you today based on something that I heard at a talk I was at this week, and I think it will really help us help struggling coaches. And the message has to do with little simple things that we can do. So this is nothing groundbreaking, but I think it's a really important message. And hi Steph, thanks for jumping on. The message I got this week I thought was a really powerful, not just way to help people that are struggling, but literally spread kindness throughout the world and create an uplifting movement. So I'm going to share with you the story first and then some tips about how I think we can implement this as coaches. So I was at, I'm sure you guys know if you've been watching my Facebook feed that I was at the Thrival Innovation Talks all week. And there was just a lot of stuff shared about what people are doing in our city and communities to build more of a sense of community and preserve culture and just all these really innovative ideas to preserve that. And there was a talk I heard from a woman who manages Kelly Strayhorn Theater. And she talked about how at Kelly Strayhorn, they try to make the experience of being there one that creates a safe space for people to share and process emotions. And I really thought that was interesting because we don't normally think about a theater necessarily being this place of healing. And to her, in the way she described it, it wasn't just about the art. Of course, it's a place that people can go and perform and express themselves or watch art and take that in and use that to process their emotions. But their mission there, and she even said that it wasn't so much about what's on stage, it's the experience that she wants people to feel when they're there. So their mission is literally to create this space in their community where people can come together. And what I thought was really neat, I asked her after what specific things they do to promote this. Is it something they talk about? Do they share with people that they're creating this emotional healing place, or is it something that they're just making people feel when they're there? And it was definitely more the latter. Her message was that life can be hard and it is so much easier if we can go through it together. So creating a sense of community and support is really important to them there at their theater. So I asked her the specific ways she does this, and she said, for example, that every staff member at an event, so this would be like before, after a show, when they have this really cool space out in the lobby where people kind of mix and mingle, you can get drinks, snacks, things like that. So she said what they do is that they have every single staff member, no matter how shy you might be, they have to meet somebody new that night. So it forces the staff to go out in the crowd and mix and mingle. The second thing she said is that if they ever see somebody come into that theater by themselves, there has to be a staff member that goes and reaches out to them, says hi, starts talking with them, and makes them feel really welcome. And the third specific thing that she had brought up just off the top of her head was she said that if they see two groups of people, they'll try to have a staff member kind of go into one of the groups and start talking to them and then sort of introduce them to this other group. And then the staff member kind of steps back or leaves and lets the people intermix. And I just thought that was a really simple yet profound way to really create an experience when people are at this theater, to get to know more people in their neighborhood and to bond with other people in the community and to create those bridges and commonalities among different groups of people that maybe were just going to hang out with their friends but get this experience of then meeting new people while they're there. And how much that strengthens a community or a neighborhood is really powerful, especially in this particular neighborhood where this theater is just historically known as a not so well off area in our city. And so to have that mission is so powerful. Think about that. As a theater, a place that a manager of a theater could easily just say is about, maybe their focus is about worrying about lighting or promoting events or all these other things we can get wrapped at. And yet the heart and soul of what her mission there is to create a safe space for people to come together, to meet each other, to build relationships. And her vision is that in turn helps us process whatever we're going through. And so her point was that she wants people to come there and not only talk about what they liked even about the show, but also about what they didn't like and what they're struggling with, and just the good and the bad and the ugly, and work together to process what we're going through and just have a safe space to express ourselves. So that struck me so much as somebody who could have easily dismissed their job as just a simple theater manager, and she made it into this mission to empower her community. How amazing is that? Phenomenal. So I started thinking about how we can do this as coaches, and I know our upline, Jennifer Greenberg, is really good about emphasizing that when we're at events like Summit and Super Saturday, if you see a coach that's new or there by themselves, to just go say hi and introduce yourself and create that team bond that our team is so good at. We do have a really strong sense of team culture and a very supportive, encouraging environment, but just making sure the new people know that is really important. So I think we do a good job of that. I think there, when we're at events, we do try to mix and mingle. We're not just clicking together with the people we already know, but we do, at least from what I've observed, seem to go out and try to make everybody feel welcome. But I had a thought, and I wanted to share this in our Motivation Room group, because I think it's something that sometimes there might be coaches that are struggling or are new and maybe feel overwhelmed that might get overlooked by the team, not necessarily intentionally, but just we all have so much on our plates and so much stuff coming through our news feed. And so I thought that a cool way, just a simple thing, like I'm just trying to pull simple ideas from like the ideas she mentioned, to just think about that there are some really simple ways we can make a big difference here. So I thought, if you are a coach and you have, clearly if you're in this group, you most likely have at least one coach under you. If you have a new coach, or even a coach that's been a coach for a while and they're maybe struggling with something, or maybe just not really going outside of their comfort zone to post in the groups or to connect with people, what I want you to do is I want you to post in Motivation Room and ask for a volunteer. And I would like for all of us, if you have 10 minutes that day, or even 5 minutes if you see somebody post something like that, to step up and volunteer to take on the role. And I don't think we need more than one person anytime we do this. But so, Steph, you're on, so I'll use you an example. If you have a coach that you think maybe just needs a little extra encouragement, as that coach's personally sponsored coach, of course you're going to be pouring into them. But I think there's a limit to how much reach that can have. Of course, that's really powerful, and that's their lifeline in this business. So I'm not discounting that in any way. But sometimes it's really nice if somebody outside of the person they know that got them involved in this is reaching out and encouraging them and giving them another perspective, and just saying like, hey, I don't know you, but we're on the same team, and I noticed this one post you put up, and it just really spoke to me, and I think it was a great job. So a 5-second message that it would take one of us to write could have a huge impact on another coach. And think about it, that's lives changing. So that might be a coach that may not have stuck with it, but maybe because somebody else other than their personally sponsored coach saw potential in them, maybe they'll push through and stick with it. Maybe they'll have a bigger impact on their clients. Maybe they'll get other people involved. The ripple effect from that is so huge that I just think it's a very simple way that shouldn't be discounted. So what I want you guys to do, if you notice any of your coaches that are either struggling or maybe are new and just haven't gotten out of their side of their comfort zone, haven't thought to go to a Super Saturday, or maybe don't feel like they can, or just they're struggling in any way, post in here and ask for a volunteer and let one of us know what's going on, and then ask that other coach to just send them a message. Like Steph, if you message me right now and you said one of my coaches is just having a little trouble getting outside their comfort zone or struggling a little bit, message, I can say like, hey, I have 5 minutes right now, let me know what's going on, and I'll message them. And then I can reach out to that coach. I'll probably go to their profile, I'll scroll through their last couple posts, and honestly, even if it's not Beachbody related, I can message them and just say like, hey, Coach Betty, like I thought that post was just a really sweet post, and it shows what a big heart you have, and I'm glad we know each other through Beachbody. Done. That's it. It takes 5 seconds. So I think it's something that as a team we can all help each other out, because like I said, sometimes it's nice when people get not to discount the power that the sponsor and coach has for that person, but sometimes it's nice to have another perspective outside of just whoever brought you into this business making you feel welcome, making you feel supportive, and encouraging you. So that's my idea. If anybody else has specific ideas of little things like that that we can do to not only help each other out, but also our downlines, and to just pitch in as a team, because I know we're so good at that. Like, I love you guys because I know you all have such big hearts, and I know we're all in this because we like Beachbody, and of course it's nice to make money, but I know each and every one of you are really in this because we care about people. So I think that this is a way, like what impressed upon me so much about the woman at the Kelly Strayhorn Theater was just, her name was Janera, by the way, she's awesome, was just this bigger mission of how we can take something so simple and use it to spread kindness in the world and use it to spread compassion and to show people that we care. And I truly believe that's how we start spreading that in our communities, in our culture, and of course it comes right back around to us. So when we're creating that in our communities and our culture, that just lifts us up as well. So having that be something little that we can do, hi Erica, having little things like that that we can do as coaches to show other coaches we care, I'm not kidding. I truly believe in my heart and soul that is how we make the world a better place. So, like I said, post in here if you have a coach that's struggling or needs some little extra encouragement. Ask for a volunteer, somebody who has 5 minutes that day. I'd like for you to step up and volunteer, and then you guys can connect. That person can share what their coach is struggling with, and then that other person can just reach out and give them a little bit of encouragement, virtual high five, virtual hug, if you will. And I really think that'll be a powerful tool moving forward. But I'd love to hear if you guys have any other ideas of just little simple things that are not going to take any real time out of our day, that we can reach out and make people feel supported. I think that not only has a big impact on our business, but that has a big impact on the world. Like, do not downplay the power that we have on our platform as coaches to touch and impact people. Because I don't care if you're making $0 in this business. I know each and every one of you has people watching your profile and saying, hey, thanks for the positive message. Thanks for being the first thing on my newsfeed that I saw today that wasn't a negative comment. Like, we have this huge amount of power, and I think we have to treat that with a lot of responsibility and really own up to that platform and just take those extra 5 seconds to reach out, step up, and do our part to really create more of an impact in the kindness and compassion we're spreading, because I think that's what life is all about and why we're here, honestly. So we have more influence than the average person that doesn't post a lot on Facebook, because people see us on here all the time. So being able to just find those little ways to share that more is amazing. So Steph, thanks for your comments. Thanks for jumping on. Erica, it was good to see you too. So if you guys have any thoughts on what else we can do, if there's any little simple things, feel free to throw them out. We can brainstorm. But I think for now, even just this one little thing will make a big difference. So thanks again, guys. Thanks for having awesome big hearts, and thanks for stepping up. So I'll see you guys soon. Have a great Friday.